Hello and welcome back, explorers. It's good to see you all again today. I'm Douglas, no Alistair again unfortunately, and we are the Highlands Hikers. Trying something a wee bit different today due to current circumstances. We're under Tier 4 restrictions in Scotland, or at least in certain parts of Scotland at the moment, which means you're not allowed to go outside your council area. So I've been stuck within East Renfrewshire for the last few weeks. So rather than just give up on walking entirely, I thought I'd see what was available at East Renfrewshire that we could go and do. And you've got Whitelee Windfarm, which is a good place to go for a walk. It's the biggest on-site wind farm in the UK, so that's quite a nice title it's got. And it's also home to the tallest peak in East Renfrewshire, which is Corse Hill, standing at a mighty 387 metres, I believe. So yeah, not particularly tall, but a reasonable walk nonetheless. I suppose it's good in a way, having to do something local. It means there wasn't much travelling this morning. It only took about 15-20 minutes to get here. And that was probably longer than it normally would have taken because the roads were quite icy, heading kind of across the single track roads once you get out of Eaglesham. So I'm just at the point where you head off the single track roads and you can see there's a wee sign behind me saying that that's access to Whitelee Windfarm that way, so that you don't head down into somebody's private property down that way. So yeah, we're going to head off this way, up through a forestry kind of access track, and then up onto the wind farm itself to get access to Corse Hill. I think all in all it'll be around about a 10-kilometre walk. It sort of depends on exactly what route I take when I get up to the wind farm. We'll see what conditions are like and what I fancy seeing. But yeah, fairly straightforward walk. Obviously, given Corse Hill itself isn't that tall, there's not going to be too much ascent involved in this walk, so a relatively short and easy day out. So it was quite an exciting day today. I mean, I say exciting, it's not really that exciting, but I did decide to treat myself to some new gear during the Black Friday sales, and I got myself a new hydration system. So I've been using my old platypus that goes in the backpack for, I must have had that about 8 years now or something like that. And there was an inexplicable leak in it. So I couldn't quite figure out where it was coming from. So I thought, it's 8 years old, let's get myself a new one. And I've been getting Osprey backpacks recently, so I thought I'd get one of the Osprey hydraulics reservoirs. So I went for the big 3-litre one. And what I really like about it actually, the wee bit that attaches to your kind of chest strap, it's magnetic. So you can just pull it off and then you have a wee drink, and then when you're done, it just clips back on again. Genius. Oh, and Osprey did not send that to me. This is not sponsored. I think the channel's still a wee bit small for that at the moment, but who knows, maybe one day we'll get some gear deals or some exciting stuff like that. But yeah, just wanted to point out, not sponsored in any way, I just thought it was good and I thought I'd let you know that. So that's me made it up to the actual wind farm site itself, just about 4 kilometres into the walk, and you can see we've got a helpful signpost behind us that shows where we are. So we have walked up from Carrot Hill, or well, Carrot Farm I should say. We've come up the forestry track and we're now at the wind farm here. So Corse Hill isn't too far away. The signpost up there tells me it's only 800 metres away, so not long to go to get to there. In fact, you can see that's where we are just now, and Corse Hill is just there, so really not far to go in terms of how big the actual wind farm is itself. It's quite an expansive wind farm, as I said earlier, the largest onshore in the UK. So just going to head up to Corse Hill just now, which I think is just behind me in that general direction. So let's head to it. Just on the last wee ascent up to Corse Hill now. For some reason the signpost back there on the main road there that would indicate that this is Corse Hill has a black bag over it, which is weird because all the other signposts are fine and point out Corse Hill, yet that one is covered up as if they don't want you coming up here, which I don't know why that would be the case. It's like clearly marked on all the maps and stuff like that. So yeah, still heading up to it anyway. Doesn't seem to be any reason why not that I can see. So yeah, nearly there. Well, that's me reached the summit of Corse Hill at 376 metres. I think I slightly exaggerated it earlier. So yeah, certainly not a particularly tall peak, but it is the tallest that I can manage under present circumstances. And you actually get some really nice views from up here, to be fair. I mean, looking behind me, we've got some views up to the Highlands. I think, you know, it looks like it would be an absolutely stunning day to be up on those hills today. We can see some lovely snow-covered peaks up to the north. Probably seeing Ben Lomond and a few of those other ones up in the distance, which is absolutely lovely. And then kind of looking back this general direction, I think we can see across to Arran. And you can see the hills of Arran, there's a few Corbetts on there. So I think we can see Goat Fell behind us as well. There's a bit more cloud there, so it's not looking quite as clear out in that direction. But it's been a nice wee walk, and the wind farm makes it a bit of an interesting thing to come up and see and do. But yeah, certainly not strenuous. You know, you could bring your kids up and do this if you wanted to do that. It's not going to take you very long. I've sort of meandered my way up here and faffed about with the drone and cameras and stuff like that, but yeah, they've really not got much in the way of ascent, and the distance was about 5.5 kilometres to get to here, depending on exactly where you park. So yeah, it's been nice. Got us, as I say, some nice views out to the hills and of the city of Glasgow behind us as well, which I think has got some fog covering it. So it's yeah, quite nice up here. Nice wee day out. Good to get out on the hills to an extent anyway. back on the public road, and it's a lot busier now. It's completely filled with cars behind me that weren't here to begin with. I think the folk that live around here probably aren't too happy about all the cars getting parked here. See, there's like folk parking on the verges and the corners and stuff, which is potentially blocking access. I had originally come and parked up here, and I got a wee bit of a telling off, so I decided to drive back down a bit further away so I wasn't getting in the way of people. So I've extended my walk a wee bit by doing that, but yeah, it seems it's very busy around here to get into that wee access point up to the wind farm, which obviously isn't ideal, but I'm not sure. I mean, you've obviously got the visitor centre itself, you can go up and park there, but you know, there is quite a lot of trails and stuff around here, and it seems to get used quite a lot. So yeah, it's that's an interesting one. I'm not sure what the best solution is, but obviously people want to get out about and explore, but then you've got people that actually live and work here, and it's kind of getting in their way. So yeah, I'm not sure, as I say, what the solution is.